What's up, guys? Welcome to another week, another video. I want to start by saying thank you guys for your support. I'm not even promoting this anywhere, not on Facebook, not on Instagram, not on TikTok, nowhere. And I see the views are going up little by little. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I just want to say thank you for watching and subscribing. If you want to see something else, just let me know. And yeah. With that being said, let's get started with this week's video, which is nothing else than TikTok. Yeah, you know, the app where teenagers scroll nonstop looking at dance videos and everything that's going viral around the world. So yeah. So the reason why I wanted to talk about TikTok is because I don't know if most of you are aware, but the Congress actually passed the ban of TikTok. Crazy shit. And the reason why I say it is because first of all, I was never a fan of TikTok when TikTok came out, especially I believe it was like in 2018, 2019. I don't remember. I wasn't a fan of it. I never got into it. I don't know. It was just not my thing. I was more into Vine when Vine came out, and then I don't know what I don't even know what happened to Vine. It just disappeared out of nowhere. And then I believe Musically came, which evolved into TikTok. I believe that's how it is. I'm not sure. You can't correct me on that. I'm not sure. But anyway, so I wanted to talk about TikTok, and the reason why is I believe I got so many mixed feelings. So, like I said, I wasn't a fan of TikTok, but lately, lately, I've been using the app a lot, like a lot. I will actually say I've been using it more than Instagram. I've always been more of an Instagram type of guy. I like Instagram. I enjoy, the thing is that I have a lot of all my friends and family are there, so I tend to use it more. Keep communicating with them through there. But lately, I've been using TikTok a lot, and the reason why I've been using TikTok a lot is because it's actually very informative. I mean, I had this idea that was about whatever's trending, the trending dances and all that bullshit. But no, I've been surprised. I don't know if my algorithm just got fixed, but I've seen a lot of interesting topics, and I've learned stuff through TikTok. And the reason why I feel let's so I'm gonna post some videos from TikTok on this video, and I'm gonna kind of react to it just so you guys can have an idea of what I'm talking about, or comment on it. But beforehand, I personally believe that's that's crazy. The just banning a social media app is just insane to me. And the thing is, the reason they're giving why they're banning TikTok is because of security reasons, because it's a Chinese owned company and this, that, and yada, yada, yada. But let's be for real. Let's be for real. No one believes that bullshit. No one believes it. I mean, if you really cared about the security, we wouldn't have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people coming through the border. It wouldn't be a thing. We're not keeping tabs on the people that are coming into the border. So you're telling me that there's people coming from all over the world. We don't know who these people are through our southern border, and on top of that, there's cities like New York which are actually supporting the illegal immigrants. Mind you, I'm an immigrant myself. My parents are, they went into the states. I was born in the states, but I've always felt myself as a Dominican. I'm American born, but I've always felt Dominican, and I always feel Dominican. But let's be for real. It's not that I'm not supporting illegal immigrants, because that's a whole other topic, and I don't want to get too much into detail about it. But how are you gonna tell me that that you're concerned about the security from an app like TikTok, which it's bullshit? Because as far as I'm aware, TikTok invested money to have the security that the United States was demanding, so that's taken care of, as far as I'm aware. Banning a whole app for security reasons, and let's be for real, it's not because of China. It has to do with the United States. I mean, TikTok, it's a platform where a lot of people all over the world, they share information. The whole war in Israel and Gaza, it's a pretty big topic on TikTok, and actually a lot of people have been able to see what's been going on behind the scenes, because the media, they're always gonna tell stuff their way. They're always gonna say what they want to say, and they're gonna make you believe what they want you to believe. But thanks to TikTok, we've actually been able to see the other side of of the war. You know, what has actually happened, what's going on, and I think that's important. You start by banning TikTok, and you're basically starting to ban our amendments to free speech. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad because it's basically they are controlling the information that we're sharing, and I feel like people should decide what they want to believe. I believe if you're the type of person that you like looking at regular media, you know, CNN, Fox, NBC, you name it, traditional media, and perfect, that's for you. But if you want to see other third party media, you know, you want to get informed through other you want to get informed through other channels, why can't you? Why censor it? So that's my problem with the whole banning TikTok situation. I just don't think it's fair for also for the creators. Let's be for real. I've seen that there's a lot of influencers. There's people that depend on TikTok for a living. People depend on. They probably have like a second income, a third income thanks to TikTok. Some people live fully out of TikTok. But what are you gonna do with those people? What's gonna happen to them? Gonna have to find a job. This is the thing. This is the thing. There's so many things that it's like a domino effect. You ban TikTok and a lot of things happen. And the reasons why they're saying that they're banning TikTok is just doesn't seem like it's the real reason why, which is not the real reason why. And I just believe it's something that shouldn't even be legal, to be honest. Banning a whole app because you're scared of what's going on, of the conversations that people are having in the app, should be something that we should be celebrating and not censoring. I just don't think there's a real the mojito loco. This I just don't believe. I don't think I'm not. I don't support the whole censorship of TikTok. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's something we should be advocating for or we should be accepting because it starts one way and it ends the other. And I understand that a lot of older people don't like TikTok. I was one of them. But just because you don't like something, you should ban it. Government does not care. We have serious problems going on in our country. Rent is sky high. People can barely afford to eat. There's homelessness everywhere in the country. People can barely go by. There's a crisis in the border. There's division like never seen before. And you're telling me that the whole problem that we got going on that the Congress can come together and fix is an app? Nah. I'm sorry, but it's bullshit. I don't buy it. I'm not gonna buy it. I just don't think it's something that we should even accept. I believe we as a country should all come together and demand real change for things that actually matter and not an app that actually helps people to get informed, to communicate, to get an income, and etc. 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 But let's start with the videos that I said I was going to show, and then from there I'm going to react a little bit to what they were saying. Let's start with that.
I have been screaming for so long about the TikTok ban that I am out of screams. This is me actually angry. 352 members of the United States House of Representatives voted to ban TikTok today. That's 81%. I want you to think about the last time you heard 81% of our Congress agreeing on anything. Think about anything for the last 4 years. 81%. Shit, to pick the Speaker of the House, it took 18 votes, and he barely got through. Remember that? Remember how many times this year alone, we've had to have votes for the Speaker of the House? But TikTok ban, they're right there. They are voting to ban the complaint box rather than listen to a single complaint on this fucking app. They see us talking to each other. They see us seeing the humanity in each other's eyes. I don't care if you got a red hat or a fucking septum piercing. I hear your complaints and I see the world you're standing in. I'm not reading your tweet out of context. I'm listening to your voice.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. The fact that they're coming together to agree on banning an app when there's a lot of whole other issues, like I mentioned previously, it's just insane to me. I mean, there's a lot of shit going on, and you're telling me that this is the only thing you guys can come up together I'm flabbergasted. It's irritating. It's sad. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. I mean, how are you gonna tell me this is the only thing you guys can work as a team for the better of the country? A security reason on a stupid app. And the thing is, that it's not even about security. That's the problem. It's not about security. If it were about security, trust me, things that are happening in the country wouldn't even be happening at the moment if they really cared about the damn security. They don't.
Trying to make enough money so we can raise our kids, kiss them on the forehead, and hope that when we send them to school, they come home tomorrow. That's all we fucking want. And instead, has our Congress done anything to move forward on a Voting Rights Act? No. To make sure women can have health care? No. Maternity leave? No. The minimum wage has been stuck at the same fucking amount for 15 years. Have we moved forward on any of these things? No. But we can get 81% of the most corrupt motherfuckers to walk around directly from their country clubs to go to their government job with their government paycheck, with their fucking government car that I fucking paid for. And they can go onto the floor of the House of fucking Representatives that we all fucking pay for and tell us, no, we're doing it to protect your data. We're doing it because we're worried about the algorithm. Meanwhile, my data has been stolen 16 times in the last 5 years. You want to know how I know that? Because I've been in 16 class action lawsuits about my stolen fucking data that I didn't even know was stolen.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's not even much I can add up to the TikTok that the guy was talking about. He's completely right. I mean, you guys are telling me that this is the only thing you guys can come together to work, and there's shootings in the fucking country, and you guys can't do anything about it. I mean, there's just so many other things going on, and you're telling me that the only thing you can work together as a team is is to ban damn TikTok. It just makes no sense to me. It really doesn't make fucking sense to me. But whatever, that's the government of the United States of America. Next video.
Why is TikTok always under attack? I keep seeing videos on it and people are talking about because we're realizing we're in an oppressive regime and we're fighting back against our government because we hate them and we support Palestine. That's the tip of the fucking iceberg. I've been talking about banning TikTok, but this time they're not bluffing and I wanted to know what was different, and I think it's because we did something that actually worked this time. Think about Starbucks, think about Kellogg, think about the fact that there's a list going around for how many other companies we plan on hitting. Instead of trying to eat the rich, we starve the rich. Y'all have to remember, our government is like NASCAR. Congress, your representatives, your senators, the people that you think are working for you, they are bought and they're paid for. They're like the drivers and the cars. They have 1 to 2 major sponsors and then 50 to 100 mini tiny sponsors. Not the fact that you're just pissed off with your government. It's the fact that you're pissed off in doing something. They are so used to us being kinked out on our comfort. Most of us are sluts for leisure. You like your AC, you like your internet access, you like social media, and they know this. So they know most people will not ride it on. But we started figuring out ways to put dents in the system, pulling your money from Starbucks, from Kellogg. It does, in fact, do something because they have politicians on payroll. So now they're applying pressure to the politicians, and the politicians are applying pressure to this motherfucking bill.
It is. I mean, it is what it is. That's the whole reason why this is being banned. It's just they don't like what TikTok is doing. People are waking up. People are starting to realize that we can actually come together as a damn country or as a society, and they don't like that. They don't like that we are starting to have the power. People are starting to boycott different corporations, and they don't like that. They are local. This damn car. Next video.
I know for a fact they're not trying to ban TikTok for the reason that it's owned by China. You know how I know that? Because it's not fucking owned by China. It's just fucking not. 60% of the company is owned by international investors, including US investors. 20% is owned by its founders. The other 20% is owned by the employees, nearly 10,000 of which are US citizens. And I know they're not trying to ban it to protect the private information of Americans from the CCP. Do you know how I know that? Because all American user information is on servers in Texas, already overseen by a US company called Oracle. So we know it's not because it's owned by China, and we know it's not to protect our personal information. So the only valid question is, why do they want to ban it? And the answer to that is this isn't about TikTok. If you actually take the time and read through the bill that they just passed, there's one very important thing that this bill allows them to do. And that is to shut down or take control of any social media platform that they claim interferes with the election. And who would make that determination? President. The president would have complete power on whether or not to shut down a social media platform.
I actually believe that if Biden approves this is going to backfire him so bad. And Trump can actually take advantage of the situation and use TikTok, if it gets banned, to help his election. At the end of the day, there's like 130 million subscribers from the United States alone on TikTok. That's a very big number. So trust me, all those people that depend on TikTok and use TikTok on a daily basis, they're not going to be voting for the person that banned the app. It ain't happening. If Biden, which I highly doubt, if he wants to have a chance on beating Trump on this next election, banning TikTok should be the last of his priorities. Because, and I say this now, if Biden approves this TikTok ban, his reelection is over. He's definitely not winning.
They tried to do this before. They tried to do it with Facebook and Instagram, but Facebook and Instagram got in line. They didn't do it with Twitter for a while because Twitter was doing what they told them to do. But then once Elon bought it, they tried it again because X wouldn't get in line. But they couldn't build up enough support for that, one, because Elon's a fucking billionaire, and two, because he's an American who's liked, and they couldn't get enough support to shut him down. So now they're trying it again using the specter of Chinese owned. Aren't you worried about your privacy? No, if I was worried about my privacy, I wouldn't use Google. I wouldn't use Alexa. I wouldn't shop on Amazon. I wouldn't use facial recognition on my phone. I wouldn't go on Facebook and Instagram because we know they're stealing our information. I wouldn't hold this phone in my hand because we all know it's listening. And people are wondering why the government was able to come together and agree on this. Why wouldn't they? Why would the government not come together and agree on granting themselves power? Because that's all this bill does. It takes away your right to privacy and communication and gives it to them.
He has a point, and that's the thing. They're trying to scare people with the whole privacy stuff, but let's be for real. We're at least my generation, we've been on social media. We've been using the internet as far as I can remember. High Five, Facebook, MySpace, you name it. There's been tons. Our information is out there. Trust and believe. We use all these damn apps, all these social media platforms. Our data has been out there for years. I don't think people bat an eye on this whole data stuff because, yeah, it's not good to have it, but it is what it is. Next video.
We're sitting here with phones made in China. We're wearing suits made in China. We drove cars here with chips that are made in China. And they're our foreign adversary. And by golly, we're going to do something about it. What are we going to do? We're going to tell Americans they can't put a piece of software on their computer. They can't go to certain websites that the president designates. So I urge my colleagues to oppose this well-intentioned bill because it will have bad consequences, and I yield back the balance of my time.
You know, he's right. We're using all these stuff made from China, and how is using an app any different? And now we're actually scared, and we're concerned for an app made in China that is stealing our information. Like, come on, bro. Like,
this TikTok ban has nothing to do with data. Listen to me, okay? Do you really think that the government gives a fuck about Marcus's data from Wisconsin going to the Chinese government? No, the US government does not give a fuck about the common man. As we can see from the, tens of thousands of homeless veterans living on the streets, this whole ban is about two things. Say it with me. I already know you know it. Money and power. TikTok has already done everything that they could possibly do. They spent $1.5 billion moving their data servers to Texas and have them managed by Oracle to comply with the US laws or whatever. And in my opinion, the American government just thinks TikTok has gotten far too big. They are making way too much money. And I'll just leave you with this. If they ban TikTok, this is just step one of them infringing on our rights as Americans. If the government was truly worried about data being leaked, data being illegally bought and sold, they'd take a look at that, maybe multi-billion-dollar company run by Zuckerberg. Food for thought.
so that's what I was talking about. All this money spent to have the data managed by Oracle. Like, they're complying. TikTok has been trying to comply with whatever the US government has been dictating them to do, and yet they still want to ban it. And again, it's not because of the damn China-owned company. It's because they don't want people to know and get informed the way TikTok has. Now, let me say something. I'm not saying that everything that's been said that's said on TikTok true, because obviously it's not. But there's a lot of things that are. And it's not up to TikTok to control whatever people are saying. It's up to you as a person, as an individual, to whatever the hell you're saying or listening to, do more research. That's why we have the internet. Whenever I see something and I'm like, is this true? I go to Google and I research. Is this true? Is this not? But again, the conversation is being started, especially in TikTok. And that's the thing. Whenever you see like all these news from all these media corporations, they're controlled. They have bosses, and whatever they want you to hear, that's the news that they're going to say. They all have their agendas, their own agendas. They say they tell you what they want you to know and what they want you to learn and what they want you to hear. They don't inform the reality of things. They say whatever they want you to know, or however they want you to understand the news or the whatever the fuck they're saying. I'm not a believer that we should just believe anything that's being said to us. It's the same thing as let's use this example. For example, let's use North Korea. People from North Korea, whatever their dictator Kim Jong-un is telling them, they believe it's 100% the reality. Well, why is that? Because they don't have access to other forms of information. This is why I don't support the whole TikTok ban, because even though I'm using the app now, but even if I wasn't a fan of the app, a fan of TikTok, I don't believe we should censor people from speaking their minds and speaking news and showing others what's actually going on around the world. But that's our US government right there. I don't think there's much more to add to this video besides the fact that I'm not supporting this whole TikTok ban. I believe it's fucking bonkers. I believe it's fucking stupid. I think it's just something that there's other thousands of problems going in our country for our Congress to actually take care of than to ban a damn app. People are educated nowadays. People do their research. People talk. So yeah, there's nothing much more to add. Again, thank you all for watching my videos. I will try to keep posting every week, probably a little bit more. I'll see. Again, thanks. Like and subscribe, and thank you guys for supporting. See you guys next time. Bye bye.